Overload, overload, it's a cute overload. Don't you want to take us home? Cute, 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 cute overload, 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 it's a cute overload. Don't you want to take us home? Cute, 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 cute overload. Cute overload, cute overload, cute overload, cute, 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 cute overload, cute overload.
We are B&A and we went on a toy hunt yesterday and we found a big box full of this new Series 4 Tsum Tsum mystery packs. So we are planning on completing our collection if we were correct on figuring out which bags we want. So if you've watched any of our other videos, we show plenty of tips on how to figure out which ones you're getting. So if you look on the back, that's everybody that's available. We'll kind of teach you as we go how to feel these so you can get the character that you'd like and not get something that you already have or one that you may not like. So if you watched the part 1 of this video, I was talking about how some of these are pretty tricky, this package. They made things pretty similar, so it makes it harder to tell what is what, especially with the sadness and the joy. They both come with the little memory balls, and then their stands are pretty much the same thing. Same thing with Timon and the Tiger. Some of these are pretty hard to tell what they might be. And then Ursula and Rapunzel are kind of similar shaped as well. So let's get started. This is, you can see in the background, those are the ones that we've already gotten. These just came out and they were in high demand, so when we found them, there weren't a whole lot left to choose from, but we got lucky and found a bunch yesterday. So, the key to figuring out which one you're getting is to feel for the accessory, not the Tsum Tsum themselves. So, we're going to start feeling here. And you want to try to separate everything out that's in there. That's a little tricky because they put them in plastic packages inside of there. But you want to try to separate things out so you can see what pieces are separate. So, you kind of separate this stuff out. Now this one's a pretty distinct shape. I can feel kind of a half circle shape with some little curly knobs on the end, and it's thick. It's not like a thin stand. So it's definitely not joy or sadness or Timon or Tigger. It's not shaped like a house. It's not shaped like this. So based off what I'm feeling, it's either going to be the Lock, Rapunzel, or Ursula. Now, I don't feel anything point and jaggy, so it's not going to be the Lock part on his accessory. And the Ursula also has some kind of pointed spots, and I don't feel anything like that. So based off that, this feels real smooth. I'm going to guess that we have got Rapunzel. And there she is, we got Rapunzel. So as I was saying, this is kind of the half circle shape with the circles on the end. There's a little accessory piece that comes with it, and then Rapunzel herself. Here's our next one. Let's start feeling in here. This one I just feel 2 big pieces. There's Tsum Tsum, and then here's the accessory. Now this one I feel some really big bumpy parts, so it's nothing that's smooth. Based pretty much just on that, I can tell that this is going to be Lock. It's pretty wide. I can feel a round piece right here, and then these jig-jaggedy bumpy parts as well. So I am guessing we have got Lock. And there it is. So there's the round piece, then the bumpy parts that are his accessory, and then there's Lock. And here's our next one. Now this one, I feel a really thin arched base. So right away that kind of narrows it down for us. It's really thin, so it's not a joy or a sadness. We felt those before, and we can tell that those are quite a bit thicker just by looking at the picture. So I'm going to guess that we've got Tigger or Timon. So the key here to the figuring out if it's Timon or Tigger is to feel for the accessories in there. Tigger's got this circular balloon, so if you feel in there and you don't feel anything that's a circle, then it's definitely not going to be the Tigger. So I am guessing that we have got Timon. And there he is. So there's kind of the arched base. There's Timon, super cute. And then looks like a little bug accessories that he comes with as well. Here's our next one. We separate everything out. Again, I pretty much only feel 2 pieces in here. So there's a Tsum Tsum and then the accessory. This one's a pretty distinct one as well. So kind of overall, I feel a big square shape. And then inside the square, I can kind of push down in there. So it's not, you know, a solid square. So based off anything that looks squarish on here, Bullseye's got square pieces. The Zero, you know, is kind of squarish. And then the Lotso. This is thick. It's nothing thin, so it's not going to be the Bullseye. And I don't feel anything that's like a pointed roof, so it's not going to be Zero either. So based on that, I am sure that we have got Lotso. And there he is. So there was a square truck that I was feeling, you know, that I was saying you could push your finger down in. So that made it pretty easy to tell what you got. And then there's little Lotso. Here's our next one. So right away, again, there's only 2 pieces in here. This is a pretty distinct one as well. So here's Tsum Tsum. And then this one I can feel the square with a hole in the center. And then a triangle on top. So real easily that lets us know that this is Zero. You'd feel the square with the hole that he fits into. And then, you know, the triangle shaped roof with the little cross on top. That's very obvious what this one is. So there he is. So there's the square shape with the triangle and the cross on top, and then the little hole that he fits into. And he's cute. Here's the next one. This one I feel a few different things in, so I'm going to separate them out. I can feel 4 pieces in this one. So here's the Tsum Tsum itself, so I'm going to try to push that out of the way. I can feel kind of a half circle shape, and it's kind of got some bumps on it, both sides of it, so it's definitely not smooth. And then I can feel another pretty large, it goes from about here to here, bumpy piece, so it's kind of a C shape. So based right on that, you can see on there what would have an extra piece that is kind of C-shaped and bumpy. So that would give us either Rapunzel or Ursula. Based off what I'm feeling else, the C shape with the bumps on it, it's not going to be Rapunzel because her boat was nice and smooth. So I'm going to guess that we've got Ursula here. So her little base that she is on that's bumpy on both sides, and then this C-shaped piece that is real bumpy. There is another piece in there, and I'm not sure what that is, but I'm still quite sure that we've got Ursula there. And there she is. So there's the Ursula, and there's the C-shaped piece I was feeling. So this is what I thought was another piece. It ended up being attached, so that's probably what she sits on top of to hold it in. But there's the C-shaped bumpy piece, and then here's the half-circle bumpy piece that I was feeling. Here's the next one. This, I feel a few different things, so I'm going to do my best to try to separate it out. I feel a Tsum Tsum down here, and then 2 other pretty thin pieces. So, want to look on here and see what we think might be thin pieces. That would narrow it down to pretty much Timon, Tigger, Bullseye, and maybe the Goofy. As we know that some of these need to be assembled, so when you feel different pieces, you just kind of want to look for the different parts that could possibly be it. So with the Goofy, he's got a little basket here. I don't feel anything square and thick in there, so it's definitely not going to be the Goofy. Timon and Tigger both had those other little accessories that came with them, so the balloon, then the bugs, and I don't feel anything like that as well. So based off this, I'm going to guess that we've got the Bullseye. So he's got the two thinner pieces that most likely need to be assembled. So I am going to say this is Bullseye. And there he is. So there's cute little Bullseye. They did a really good job making that one. And then here's the two thinner pieces that I was saying that I could feel. So nice and thin. That gave us a pretty good indication of what was in there. We're super happy to have this one. B has been a longtime Toy Story fan. And here's our last one. We saved this one for last because we have been hoping for this one. So looking on the back, we have pretty much everybody on here except for Baymax and Shock. So when we went toy hunting, we got lucky, and a gentleman working there pulled out some boxes from the back for us so that we could go through them to try to get everything. We are missing one of them, but we've got almost a complete collection. But based off this one's just got the Tsum Tsum and then one bigger size accessory. It's round, and then it's got kind of arched parts on the top and the bottom. So if we look on here, everything that's round, there's only one option really, and that would be Baymax. That's what we were hoping for. He is one of our absolute favorite characters. So let's see. And it is Baymax. So there's the little baby, as we call him. And then the ball, it's pretty round, and then just got some arch pieces. That looks like it just helps balance the piece, and then hold them on top of there. As you can see, there is our whole assembled set. We're so happy to have the Series 4 almost complete collection. We got lucky when we got to the store yesterday. So as you can see, we've got Baymax, Bullseye, Timon, Lotso, Zero, Ursula, Locke, Rapunzel, Tigger, Perry, Sadness, Joy, Lilo, and Goofy. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us. We'll try to help you with any tips that we can so you can get the characters out of the set that you want or might need to complete your collection. Thanks for watching.
Overload, cute overload.